What's up, you guys? It's Zach Jack Dan coming at you with one of my first. My son, Zach Legend, has gone away to college, and I'm kind of filling in for him. So I'm going to be doing my style of toy reviews. Also, dealing with an unboxing. So we got a few, as you see, turtles in the mail from Big Bad Toy Store and from Neca. So what did we get? Let's talk about Neca first. And we got two nice figures from Neca with the Muttman and the Mondo Gecko. So these are the Neca Deluxe or Ultimate boxes here. And I'm not going to go over these in this video, but it is nice that we did get these from Neca. We do have the Velcro for each one with the open panel so you can see the figures inside. Great artwork as well. And each figure does come with two figures in each package, so that is awesome as well. So technically it is still a 2-pack. And then you got the back of the package as well. Armor on the back, so we'll be getting her and the 4-pack later on. And Kerma. So that's pretty cool. So good thing Neca got that, because I had not seen these in the Targets at all, which is what the cartoon turtles are, is a Target exclusive. What did I get from Big Bad Toy Store? Something pretty big, something pretty bad. Uh-oh, you've probably already seen it. Got us a stack of cardboard boxes. What is in these cardboard boxes? Turtles. So definitely this is awesome. This is our wave 3 of the Super7 Ultimates, and here is your April. We got our Michelangelo. We have our Metalhead. And lastly, our one villain in the wave, Rocksteady. So really excited for these. Can't wait to do this review. Again, it is going to be different than the way Zach did these, but I did it the best way that I wanted to do it. So guys, I hope you will enjoy this video. Stick around to the end. You'll see the shelf display and everything, me adding it to the collection as Zach always did in his as well. And I don't know really what else I can say right now, except for hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this and enjoy the turtles. Turtle power, guys. Alright, so here's how they came in the Big Bad Toy Store box. Got the nice bubble wrap around it. Looking pretty safe, I think, in my opinion. The boxes weren't damaged at all. So here's all 4 of the Mela boxes for each one of the turtles, or each one of the figures in this Wave 3, whatever you want to call it. And here's the back of those boxes. All look exactly the same. So nothing different about the mailers at all. And guys, don't forget to check me out on Instagram. I got a lot of nice shots of this. Here's Metalhead's mailer box specifically. And then here's Metalhead's slipcover. You can see Metalhead written right there. And on the manhole cover, you see the little shot of Metalhead's face there. Here's the back of that slipcover. And all the good guys, or the ones that aren't villains, have the green cover. So the slipcovers look exactly the same on the back. So here's Metalhead in his package, slipcover off. You can see again, you see that Metalhead. It's the same exact logo that was on there before. But you can see all of those weapons in there nicely, the way they got that set up. Here's the back of the package. If you want to pause it and zoom and check out what that says for the Metalhead, you can. Okay, so then we got your Michelangelo mailer box. I'm going to kind of go through all the packages first, and then we'll go through all the shots of each one of the figures. Here is the slipcover for Michelangelo. Again, you see Michelangelo at the bottom there underneath the slipcover. And on the manhole cover, you do see Michelangelo's face there with the nunchucks on both sides of him, so that's pretty cool. There's the back of that slipcover. Again, it's the same for April, Metalhead, and Michelangelo. But Rocksteady's will be a different color. So here is Michelangelo's package, and again, you can see all those weapons everywhere in this Ultimate figure. And again, at the bottom, it does say Michelangelo, and that was the same writing that was on it before. Here's the back of the package with a nice write-up with Michelangelo. You can see a turtle shell up on the top. Kind of, it says turtles in the middle of it. Super7, Nickelodeon. Here's Rocksteady's mailer box here. All of them are just this brown cardboard metal box, or brown cardboard box. Here is the slipcover from Rocksteady, and as you see, it is purple. You do see the manhole cover with the rhino's head there, right there on it. So that's pretty cool. There's the back of that slipcover. Again, it does say the same thing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but this time it is purple. Take that slipcover off, and here is the Rocksteady in package. You can see all the weapons again, and you see that Rocksteady name underneath Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so here we go with the back of the package. Again, if you want to pause it and read what that says for Rocksteady, you can. I love the write-ups for these Super7, though. They're very individual compared to like what Neca did, just very standard. Here's your April O'Neil mailer box here. Again, just the brown cardboard. There's that slipcover. You got April's face there in the manhole cover. April O'Neil underneath the slipcover. And again, she is green because she is a hero. There's the back, as it was for the other two heroes. Take that slipcover off. And here is April in the package, where you can see all of her accessories in there. 3 different head sculpts as well. So now we'll get into the back of the package here. Again, if you want to pause it or read up on April O'Neil, you can. All right, so there are all of the 4 figures in the Wave 4 with their slipcovers on. And again, just the one purple for Rocksteady. Here's all 4 of them with their slipcovers off. Michelangelo, Rocksteady, April, and Metalhead. Wave 3. There is the top of each one of the slipcovers. It says Ultimates on each one of them. There's the bottom of each one of the packages. You can see the barcode, Super7, Nickelodeon. All the barcodes are different for each one of these figures. There's the right side of the package if you're looking at it. April, Mikey, Metalhead, and Rocksteady. And then there's the opposite side, left side if you're looking at it. It's really nice brick colors there. I like the paint. There's the top of the package with the slipcover off. All of them just say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. And of course the bottom will be the same whether you have the slipcover on it or not, so I won't show you that again. So here's Rocksteady out of his package. You can see they got the cardboard behind the plastic there, so we'll take that off so we can see through it. And there is the weapons all together. Now there's 2 different layers of weapons. We'll show you right here the first layer, front and back. And then we'll take that bottom tray out. So here is the bottom tray out, showing you the figure from the back. He does have a twisty tie holding him in by the waist. That's it. There are some tape spots that's like holding like the grenades in there. There it is from the front without the weapons from the back. You can see I got the tray there to the left. So here is that tray. You got the 2 hands, fisted hands, and the weapons rack. Kind of the nostalgia weapons rack. You don't even really need it. It's not painted. You already got all those weapons. As you see right here in front of you, you got the gun, the knife, the grenades, and the manhole cover all loose. They don't need to be on the weapons tree. His head is massive. There he is from the back. And of course, that's how they had his head in the package. They just wanted to show off that rhino nose, I guess, a lot. So here he is with his face forward. Here he is from the side, seeing how far his face sticks out. It actually makes him very front heavy. So I'll have to get him in a better pose. This was very difficult to get him standing straight up like this. Here he is from the back again. The grenades and the knife are painted, but there's nothing really painted on the gun or the manhole cover. He does have a nice watch and a little scar on his right wrist there. We'll get a closer up look at that later on. So there is that weapons tree and all the weapons that it does come with that are loose that you can use. And of course you can't really use the grenades. I guess they can kind of sit in his hand, but yeah. So here he is kind of in a running pose. Like I kind of will want him since, you know, rhinos do like to charge. I wish he would have had some articulation in his mouth. That would have been really neat to let him open and close his mouth a little bit, but he does not have that. He does have another piece on his left wrist that's got some bullets on it. Here he is holding his gun and his knife right now. He's got the nice military pants, the belt. Got the black wife beater tank top on. You see the knife there. Got the different colors, the black and the silver. There he is from the back holding that gun. Got those nice turtle shells there on his belt as well. That very reminiscent to the original figure. I like the red eye that he has too there. The horns are nice. So here he is from the front holding the manhole cover shield instead of the gun. Doesn't hold that really well. You'll see that here in a second. So you can kind of see the way his hand looks like he's kind of gripping at it, kind of funny. There he is from the back again. I do like the detail that they put into the sculpt on his back there, up and down his spine. All the leathery skin that, of course, a rhino would have. There's a better look at him holding that shield. So you can tell he's kind of looking like he's kind of dainty holding it. All right, so here's showing how high his shoulders can go. Now, the one thing I don't like is that there's no articulation up in between the bicep and the shoulders. There's no twist there. He does have not quite 90 degrees with his elbow joint there. There's those bullets on his wrist I was talking about. They're showing his arms straight out. And, of course, they cannot go up all the way. And there's that 90-degree bend that you can see on his elbow there and showing that wristwatch off and the scar. You can see his belt there, that turtle shell I was talking about. Showing that his head does not go all the way up and is very hindered by his neck to go even further down. So that's all you got right there for your neck articulation. Close-up there of his wrist, showing that watch on one hand with the scars on it, and then the bullets on the other hand. So that's really cool. Nice texture on his shirt as well. I love that helmet that he's got on. Looking nice. Those red eyes. You got the teeth. Nice washed paint job on it. You see those big nostrils there and that massive horn up front. Kind of jumping up to the top so you can see the smaller horn behind it. Just see that kind of leathery look that he's got to his skin there. You can see the goggles as well on his head. Kind of wish those goggles would have been painted a little bit more, but they do look good. Got a nice sculpt to them. You can see his ears, of course, sticking up through that helmet. So that looks really good. I like the wash, though, on the helmet. I do like that. So there's that back I was talking about with the nice leathery look and the spine protruding through it and then little bumps everywhere. So that's a really nice sculpt on that part. And again, with that ear sticking out there and the goggles on his helmet. Just wish there was kind of a differentiation between the goggles and the helmet more. All right, so they're showing his arms straight up, so they do go all the way up. You got those brown and green and black pants there for your camouflage. Some nice details on the belt there with the buckle being silver and those little buttons on it being silver as well. The shells do move out of the way when you try to articulate his legs some, so you will see that as well. Nice detail in that turtle shell on his side. There's the back of the belt again with a silver button painted on them. And like I said, a nice camouflage paint job on his pants as well. I didn't really have any issues with paint anywhere on any of these figures, really, except for one, Metalhead. I'll show you here a little bit later on. There's the other side with the belt. All right, you can see that there's a button on the pouches as well that's painted silver, so that's really cool. And there is his boots. Got the nice brown strap that goes up underneath the boot. That's kind of neat. Little sculpt there. But the black boot does have a boot cuff swivel. Also, he has a swivel in his knee itself, and I'll show you that here in a second. So there is his knee bend. Again, not 90 degrees, so not very good there. Got some nice articulation in the ankle going back. And then going forward, we'll see that as well right here. So that's a pretty good motion there. He does really good splits, even with those turtle shells on there. It doesn't hinder him at all. The forward leg does really well, but the back does not. You'll see how well April does later on in the video. He does swivel at his waist, so you'll see that it goes back and forth. You can actually spin it 360 all the way around. He does not have any kind of ab crunch though, so that's kind of hindering. There he is with his torso forward and his butt. Sorry, his torso forward, his butt forward. So that's, it's flipping him all around. All right, so there is the ankle twist there, so he can twist all the way around with his ankles. And here's showing you how crazy you can twist his knees around and make him look like he's got broken legs. So that's a good articulation there as well in the knees. All right, so here's your nice comparison between Bebop and him, and also bringing in a Turtle, Shredder, and Mutagen Man. So these guys are definitely massive and both to the same scale. Here he is with just these two guys and Bebop. So these guys are massive. I love that scale. And there's Bebop and Rocksteady together. You can't have one without the other. I do like the details, though, on Bebop a lot more than I do Rocksteady, but again, they're great. So here's here is Rocksteady in front of his slipcover case. Then we have him in front of that slipcover and the regular packaging with the other accessories I'm not using back in the case. There he is with the backs of both the slipcover and the back of the package, with the write-up there on Rocksteady and what all is going on in Super7's mind for who Rocksteady is, and then just that package itself. And again, if you didn't read up on that, you can if you'd like to. This is how I'm going to keep him with the gun and the knife, though. Here he is with the mailer box as well. I really love this figure. I have one complaint, I'll tell you about that later on. All right, so next we got our Michelangelo. So the third turtle. Fourth turtle will be Donatello in the fourth wave, so that'd be good to get all four. But you do see that cardboard behind the plastic. Take that away, and here's the two different layers of weaponry that you can see, and they did that just so you could see it better in the packaging, or so it can all store, I guess. So there it is from the side. You can see that back section with the back plastic showing another layer of weapons, especially the weapon tree, or the weapon rack, whatever you want to call it. There it is from the back. You can definitely see that weapons rack. Two different heads in there. The pizza box up there in the top. And all kinds of hands. There's you see pizza on the side of that box. The nunchucks over there to the right. The wall crawler? I don't know what you can call it, that little weapon. I guess I should have looked that up. But there's that weapons tree. You can see all the weapons not painted. Got the regular nunchucks with the plastic and all the hands in that back tray. And here it is without the back tray behind it. So you can actually see the figure and all the accessories in the front tray way better when you take that out. And of course, you got a lot of weapons that I do not know the name of. I probably should. I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to. It's in my other videos if you want to go look at those for every Super7 TMNT. You can go check that out. But here's all that he comes with, and this is why it's an ultimate, because he comes with so many different weapons. Is the new $55 price point worth this much? Probably not, but I can't pass up these figures put in my collection. So, again, there's the pizza, one slice left, the pepperoni on the box, and the cheese up top on the box. That's kind of cool. Again, I could go do without the weapons rack, so that's an extra piece I couldn't care less about. But he's got two different sets of nunchucks. One set's of plastic, one set has the metal chain. Here he is holding the throwing star, so yes, he can hold them. I do like this head sculpt. Better probably, but that's not the one I'm going to use. Here's these two extra weapons that he does have. He can't store them anywhere, but he can put them in his hands. There's that other weapon and the grapple hook. Let's call it a grapple hook. So he can climb the wall. So one of Donnie's little inventions there. What's the head sculpt you guys like better? Do y'all like this one better? I definitely think I do, but like I said, it is not the one I'm going to use whenever I display it. Here he is with his open hands, and that I think the only reason for those is to be able to hold that pizza box maybe. So that's the way I would probably use it. So here he is from the side holding that pizza box. From the back holding the pizza box. And I will show you a problem I do have with the back later on as well. Because it does have 4 holes for the nunchucks, but they're kind of small. Here he is from the other side holding that pizza box. And the reason I think I like that head sculpt better right there is because it looks like he's just ready to eat some pizza because his mouth's wide open. Alright, so here he is holding the plastic nunchucks. And again, to me, that just does not look good. My opinion, you guys can use them if you want to, but I don't like them that way. There he is with the metal ones, and they look so much more realistic. Like that metal chain in between. So there he is. The problem I had was the base of the nunchucks is extremely large compared to the holes that you have to put them in. So you got to slide it extremely tight down in there, and it feels like you're going to break it, but you didn't. Here he is holding them out wide. I think I like this style pose right here the best. From the side, again, you can see those nunchucks being stored. He can't store any of the other weapons. I guess he could store the one in his back if he wanted to, because it's the same size hole. You can see that bandana kind of floating in the wind. It is a softer plastic that kind of moves. Here he is from the other side. And of course, he does have an M on his belt for Michelangelo. Right there, you can see that up close. You can see his face up close as well. Got those white eyes. That metal chain in between the two. And up close, you can see how much bigger that base is on the nunchuck versus the hole that you got to slide it through. Also, there's some battle damage on his shell there as well, so that's kind of cool. Now, I want to show you these toes. Notice the toes are just the exact same color green as the figure itself. Compared to the Leonardo and the Raphael, they actually have painted toenails. So that's a very interesting point to kind of point out to you guys. So there are all 3 of the turtles we got so far, Leo, Mikey, and Raph. And I have to say, I have to go with Raph being my favorite still so far. Here's a comparison between Rocksteady and Michelangelo and Shredder. And of course, the human is taller than the turtle. I guess that's right for scale. Here he is with his package, with all those accessories that I didn't use back in the package. The metal slip cover to the side there. Got that turtle shell, of course, on the top, as I said, or on the front. Sorry, I meant to say manhole cover. Nice little close-up again of that right up on the back of the package and on the back of the mailer. You have that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A little close-up there. The Wild and Crazy Turtle. And here he is with that mailer cover, or the slip cover over top of the package as well. And as you see, I haven't taken him out of that pose, holding his nunchucks. That is my favorite pose. And I think I am going to go with this face sculpt. I think that is the one I like. Here's the mailer box, cardboard box that he has for Michelangelo on the top there. Next, we have our Metalhead. And again, you got that cardboard backing behind the plastic. Kind of give it some nice color in the box. This time it is yellow behind it. Here it is with the multiple layers of weapons, of course. So here it is with it behind it right now. Here it is from the side. You can see that weapons rack behind it. I wonder how much money it would have taken them to not give us that weapons rack. You know, would that take $1 or $2 off for us? What about that mailer box? If we didn't get that mailer box, would that take some off, or the slip cover? I wonder how much that could actually save Super7 so that we can actually get these figures for a little bit cheaper. Just my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? So there he is from all the different sides with the back rack or back plastic, which is this piece right here, on there. So that the propeller that'll actually go in the hand, and the other two sets of hand sculpts there. And here's the front with the extra hand, with the little, I don't know, grabbing cable there, I guess. A couple grenades. Got his backpack, the receiver antenna there on his back, extra head sculpt, and that propeller piece, which in this particular case will go in the backpack. So there he is with all of his weapons without his backpack on yet, and you do see the 2 peg holes up on the top of his front chest. He does have a T on his belt, so that stands for a turtle. So there are all the weapons with the rack and all that good stuff. My favorite piece is that hand with the finger opening up and the cable coming out of it. That is the best addition that they put in this package. Something else I do like is one of the head sculpts actually has a translucent look to it from the brain and the eyes. But I got some paint damage on that one, so I'm not going to be able to use that one. It's got a little bit of yellow that bled over to it. So here he is without his backpack on. Again, you do see those 2 holes. There's the hole in the back that will actually hold the backpack. There's no place on the belt to hold anything else. That would have been cool to be able to hold something in the belt, but it doesn't have that option. You zoom in here on the back of his legs, and you do see he's got 2 different cables there, going from the top of the leg to the bottom, right behind the kneecap. So those are kind of fragile. Don't twist your legs due to that fact. You don't want to break those off. You see his feet are green. Got the yellow Y right there right above his knee as well. Some green spots, some silver painted. I didn't have any other problems with paint except for that extra head sculpt. So you got that nice gold metallic look to his chest and his shell. Got the nice red and black on the back there. There is the brain at the top of his head. And you do see the green on the side. So there are the 2 different head sculpts. And if you notice, I do have a little yellow splatter on I think it's the one on the right. But there you can see up in the hole, you do see that translucent look on the one head sculpt. So that is really cool that you can like shine some light through the brain if you wanted to make the eyes glow a little bit. So here he is with the 2 attachments on his hands and the 1 satellite on his back. This is the way I will be displaying mine. I do like this very much. Again, he does have that backpack on him there, pegged into the front and in the back. So here he is from the back. You can see that satellite on his backpack there as well. A little close up with the backpack. Not sure what that display screen is there. There's no other place you can attach anything on this backpack except for that top peg hole. Try to put the flash on there so you can see some of those dials on there a little better. So he does have some articulation where his arms can go straight up. So that is good. All right, so here he is just kind of holding the grenades in his hand. And I flipped out the satellite for the opposite piece. The one that was on his hand. There's another one just like it with a bigger peg hole that I stuck up in there. But like I said, this is what I'm going to use mine as, with the satellite, the finger, and the spinner on the other hand. So here's with the mailer box. The slipcover. Here's a slipcover in the back of the package for Metalhead. And here is that slipcover on top of the package. And here is the mailer box. So do y'all wish that this Metalhead would have been any bigger? I know it is the same size as the other turtles, but like for example in Neca, the Metalhead is way bigger than the other figures. So here's your nice comparison showing you that size between him and Michelangelo, same scale. You got your Shredder figure over there who is also bigger, and your Rocksteady from the same wave. So here are the 3 that I have done so far in this wave. We got one more to go, April O'Neil. First female that I know of that Super7 has done for Ultimates. And here she is with the cardboard behind the plastic. You see her ankle looks kind of jacked there in mine. Here it is with the cardboard out of it. You can see through it. Got the 3 different head sculpts, all kinds of accessories that go with this. Of course, that's what makes it an Ultimate. Here it is from the side. You can see the back there has the weapons rack. There it is from the back. You do see that her costume does have something written on the back of it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. There it is from the other side. And there's that back weapons rack. Again, all it has is 3 sets of hands, a microphone, or I think that's the flashlight, and then the weapons rack. And here's the front with the 3 different heads, the throwing stars, the briefcase, the camera, the gun, the throwing stars, the communicators, and also the press pass, which is really cool to have. And again, look at that ankle. The ankle looks horrible in package, but it's fine. Whenever we get out of the package, you'll see that it's actually, there's no damage to it. So you got the camera sitting on the tripod. I wish it could have gone a little bit taller. 2 different heads. Again, a microphone and a flashlight. Press pass. Lots of hands. There she is from the back, and it does say turtles on the back. So that's very interesting. I don't recall whether the original had turtles written on the back as well. That'd be nice to go and look at, I guess. But there are their weapons. Get the briefcase as well that does open, and it can store the flashlight or the microphone, either one. I'll show that later on as well. But I do love the open communicator with the, I think that's Donnie's face in there. I can't remember right offhand. Here she is holding the gun and the communicator. And again, I'll show you that open briefcase there that can hold something. And in this case, I think I got the flashlight in there. Nope, that's the microphone, I think. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't snap back together once you open it up. You can't open it and close it too many times or else that thing will break. She has the press pass around her neck. Here she is with the darker hair without the microphone on her face. She does have the handheld microphone, the cordless. There she is with the headset on with the darker hair. I don't really like either one of those 2 head sculpts. They're kind of smaller. I wish they'd have gone a little bit larger with the face on those. But here is the one I went with, which was the red head, holding the microphone, the press pass around the neck, and the open communicator with the tripod camera. That's the way I like it. That's just me. I don't really care about the extra accessories. Kind of wish that we could, pick and choose how we want these so we don't have to spend so much money. But it is what it is, and I love turtles, so had to purchase it and get what I wanted out of it. But here is the slipcover case behind her. She's being filmed doing the news right now, it looks like. There is the mailer box behind her. And here she is compared to everybody in the wave. So here's all 4 figures in this wave 3 of the Super 7 Ultimates. Rocksteady, April, Metalhead, and Michelangelo. So really cool. I do love this wave. It's probably not my favorite wave yet, but I do love the fact we are getting another turtle there, and we did get that Rocksteady, who goes really great with Bebop. A lot of people love that Metalhead from what I can hear. But again, to me, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it makes sense why it is the scale it is. And of course, April is my least favorite, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, why she is my least favorite in this wave. And I almost didn't order her. Of course, they are made to order. So it's kind of good that you get everything, or else the prices on them will just go up in the future. But I got a nice little battle scene here. This is the way I'm going to pose them most likely on the shelf. And there they are with the white display behind them. We'll do the review table here. A little bit closer up how we review it. And then even closer. So again, guys, I will be adding this to the collection as soon as I can, and I'll talk to you later on this one. So what are my final thoughts? Well, I do have to say, I haven't really had these in hand like Zach has. This is the first time I've truly had a Super 7 Ultimate in hand. Everything else has just been on the shelf. I will say this. They're a little wobbly in the legs. Okay? Not very tight up at the joint. And the fact that you can't twist, on this one you can, it's not a good example, because you can twist that upper thigh, so that's really cool. But on the other ones, you can't twist that upper thigh, none of them. So it very limits the articulation. There's no twisting up there. Maybe mine's just stuck. Hang on. Oh, Metalhead does have the twisting. Okay, so forget that. So that is good. You don't want to twist too much at the knee because of the fact that you got that black wire there on the back of his leg. So don't twist that too much. But that does help a little bit with Metalhead. I do like the Metalhead. My translucent head did have some paint splash on it, on the nose and up here on the bill. So it's kind of sad that I don't get to use that one. That would have been really cool because the brain and the eyes themselves are actually translucent. That's pretty cool. I do like the attachments that they've given us here with the hand and the twisty piece right here. And that way that backpack hooks on is really cool. So I will say I do like Metalhead very much. Again with Mikey, this was very difficult right here. Adding these nunchucks into these holes because the ends on the nunchucks are way bigger, so you kind of got to squeeze it down in there and you're going to think you're going to break it, but you didn't. The head sculpts were both really great on this one. No complaints about him. I did show you a shot of the toenails and the fingernails. These were not painted on Michelangelo compared to the other two turtles, so that was an interesting lack of something that Super7 did on him compared to the other two. But I do like the metal chain nunchucks better than I do the plastic ones. My least favorite, and I knew it was going to be my least favorite. The only reason I actually ordered was because of the other two head sculpts they said they were going to be giving us. April. April, in my opinion, is very, very pitiful. Very lacking. Now, again, I'm looking at this from a perspective of I want more out of Super7. Now, this is the first female that I know of that Super7 has done. We will be getting more females, of course, like Chitara and the Thundercats, and with the Silverhawks we'll be getting Steelheart. So hopefully they will be better. Also, you'll have the Ultimates with the Power Rangers as well. You got the pink and the yellow ranger. So hopefully they'll do better with those. This one's still, again, really loose right there in the legs. Right there in the upper leg. But just the pinkness. She's extremely pink. This head sculpt is actually bigger than the other two. So I like that better. And this one actually does have a better look to it as well. So I don't mind it as much. You do see a lot of gappage right there in the legs, upper legs. And I don't think I showed you that, but she does do the splits that much. And see, it doesn't even go 90 degrees with the bend. And the splits are really good front and back too, so that's really cool for her. But that gappage up there is kind of annoying when you put her legs together. She has really good motion though. I don't mind her at all. Got the twist there as well. But I do like the press pass. That's really cool. And the turtle communicator is really awesome as well. Interesting that she has turtles on the back because she never represented the turtles at all in the show. So I don't know if that was on the original figure. It may have been. But of course the standout of this wave is of course Rocksteady. Massive. His buddy Bebop has already come out to us in wave 2. So this guy is definitely going to fit in really well. I wouldn't have minded if there was a place to actually put some of his weapons on his belt or something like that somewhere. But there's no really complaints about this guy so much. Again though, those legs are extremely wobbly. I would have liked that to have been tighter. And I don't know, just right there in the seam, which he has to be there. It's not really that great. It's not a great connection, so I guess they had to glue it as best they could. But yeah, this is a good wave, and as you'll see whenever I show you off the adding to the collection, you'll see how well they add to the collection as well. So guys, stick around and let's watch adding to the collection next. So here's my Super7 turtle shelf as it is today. So let's see what it's going to look like when we add these figures to the shelf. You see Baxter's on the ground right now. I think I'm going to put him in the air. So there he is in the air. Got our villains on the left, our good guys on the right. Added the 3 turtles right next to each other. Looking pretty good. There's a close-up of the villains. You got Bebop and Rocksteady back there beside each other. Got your foot soldiers up there in front of Shredder, Mouser, and again we got Baxter up in the sky. And then you got your turtles over to the right all together with your Mutagen Man in the back, April and Splinter. Got Splinter's coffee, got the camera recording it all. There's a close-up of the 3 turtles looking all good. Of course, they all have different skin tones, so that's really nice too. And all got their weapons out, ready to go. And again, here's a close-up of the villains. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me any kind of comments, hit that notification bell so you're aware of any new videos that I have. Subscribe to the channel if you're already, hit that thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys later.